Hi Safa.
Hi.
So since you did your PYP, MYP and DP here, can you tell me about the journey, like emphasizing on transdisciplinary, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary?
I've been in IB in the IB program since 2011. So I've been through PYP third grade. Since PYP third grade till DP1, I've been here. And from PYP to like the transition to MYP, I've seen that transdisciplinary units are like, we have UOI in PYP, we have IDU in MYP, and then we have TOK in DP. And in UOI, what we do is that we have like one unit of inquiry, and we learn that through English, math, and the other like sciences and all. We learn it through arts, we learn it through music, and that is how by the end of it all we end up with a concluded like inquiry, because we're going through the process of inquiring, and therefore PYP is more like an inquiry based learning. And then in MYP, what I've seen is that we have the IDU where we have two subjects instead of all, instead of like the core subjects, we have two subjects that we bind together. For my MYP 5 IDU, it was individuals and societies and mathematics. In that we connected graphs, and like we looked at statistics. We learned how statistics isn't always like the way they show it. They can be manipulated and all. And then when we move to DP, we have TOK as in the core subject, meaning that if for example I've taken economics, ESS, French and all, we have to connect all of that back to the main, which is TOK. In TOK, we learn about how knowledge is gained through various ways and all of that. So basically in TOK, we've learned that, and TOK again is another subject. So we also go for TOK lessons while we learn about them in our classes. In our classes also we have connections between two subjects, such as in economics we learned about the Kyoto Protocol and the carbon taxes, while in ESS also we learned about the same.
Right. So can you find any connection between PYP, MYP and DP? Any connection and any difference?
This connection, as in there is a core inquiry. There's always a core inquiry, and that is what drives the learning in all three of them. While the difference could be that the intensity is grown, and again, while the intensity grows, there is a vast difference in the ways of learning and the ways of like knowing what we're doing. So like for example in DP it's more of the research, while in PYP it's more of the teacher based, and in MYP it's more self-taught plus teacher based plus research. So all of that is like a mix.
Right. So why do you think, like, as you mentioned before, like in PYP, it's connection between many subjects, right?
Yeah.
Then in MYP, two subjects. And then in DP, it's like connection between some subjects,
All
right?
of the subjects.
All of the
to
subjects.
the core subject.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So why do you think the number of subject like gradually like decreased?
Because the intensity of the connection increases. So like in like the normal, like in PYP for entrepreneurship day, when they're connecting persuasive writing to profit and loss, and they're having their entrepreneurship selling days, that has a way lesser weightage than the connection in DP, which is the connection to knowing what is true and what is not. So like the intensity of the connection, it gradually increases while the subjects decrease.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Safa. Thank you.